Hey friends, welcome back to the channel for another video. Today I wanted to dive a little deeper into the space system side of Rocket Lab's business. There's been a lot of attention put onto the launch side, a lot of news around launch lately, a lot of talk about the new Neutron rocket, as well as the big news about Astra's issues, canceling their Rocket 3.3, and really just launches big and splashy and gets a lot of attention. But we actually know that right now, at least, Rocket Lab is making more money off of their space systems division, manufacturing parts and components and satellites. So I really wanted to take a look at the acquisitions they made to bolster their space systems division and why this is really helping to vertically integrate and improve Rocket Lab's overall business. Before we dive into that, if you could consider hitting like and subscribe down below, it'd really help the channel. Lately, we were having a little bit of bad luck with the YouTube algorithm, so any help we can get would be appreciated. If you haven't joined our Discord server already, the link is down below, as well as the link to my Twitter. Now let's take a look at Rocket Lab's space systems business. Rocket Lab is well known for its launch capabilities, and for good reason. For one thing, the name itself, Rocket Lab, implies that it is a launch company first and foremost. The Electron rocket is also an extremely impressive launch vehicle with the second most frequency behind only Falcon 9 from SpaceX in terms of launches. With a recent launch to the moon for NASA, Electron and Rocket Lab are now more well known than ever before. This mission has proven the deep space capabilities of Rocket Lab's technology and paves the way for the company's exciting planned missions to Venus and Mars. However, just as important, or perhaps even more important than launch, is Rocket Lab's vertical integration, advanced manufacturing prowess, and the capabilities provided by their recent acquisitions. Peter Beck himself has actually stated that he wishes he had named the company Space Lab instead of Rocket Lab to better reflect all the different things they do, not just launch. Instead of having to go to different companies to provide solar panels, satellite bus, reaction wheels, star trackers, propulsion systems, flight software, and of course the launch itself, Rocket Lab is now a one-stop shop for all of these technologies and more. This can offer customers unrivaled convenience in getting their satellite to orbit, as well as allows Rocket Lab the opportunity to capture all these profits that used to be divided between many different companies involved in getting a satellite into orbit. Bringing this all together under one roof is very much a case of the whole being more than just the sum of the parts. In fact, Space Systems revenue is currently far outpacing launch revenue for Rocket Lab today. Not to mention the fact that in today's day and age of massive supply chain constraints and delays, having all this in-house allows Rocket Lab to guarantee timelines and mission readiness. This is just the beginning for Rocket Lab's vertical integration. Currently, many of the companies paying to have satellites launched into orbit don't actually want to have to operate and maintain this expensive and complicated equipment themselves. At the end of the day, all they really need is the data and capabilities provided by the satellite technology in order to provide services to their customers. This could be satellite radio, GPS, weather, imaging, internet, surveillance, and more. If you're one of these companies, then simply paying Rocket Lab to build, launch, and operate the satellite for you is a very attractive proposition. Then you can just focus on what you're good at, while Rocket Lab takes care of everything space-related, which is what they are good at. In return, Rocket Lab will receive recurring revenue to operate and provide these satellite-based services instead of just receiving one fee for one satellite. This could also potentially allow Rocket Lab the ability to use the same satellite or constellation in orbit to provide services to multiple clients, increasing efficiency and getting more out of the same hardware. And by the way, Wall Street investment firms absolutely love recurring revenue models. It's the holy grail right now of what many tech companies are shooting for. Just think about Microsoft and their shift away from selling Microsoft Office as a one-time purchase of software to now turning it into a monthly subscription with Office 365. In addition to Rocket Lab's organically developed in-house expertise, several recent acquisitions have made this shift possible. First off, Solero Holdings is a premier supplier of space solar power products and precision aerospace structures for the global aerospace market, and was acquired by Rocket Lab in December of 2021. Well known in the industry, Solero brings with it a wealth of experience, contracts, and revenues. Their solar panes are trusted to provide power to NASA's brand new $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope and the planned NASA Lunar Gateway Space Station, just to give you an idea of how well trusted they are in the industry. Continuing on, Colorado-based Advanced Solutions Inc., or ASI for short, was acquired by Rocket Lab in October of 2021. ASI designs off-the-shelf spacecraft flight software called MAX. MAX supports a wide range of missions and all spacecraft subsystems, including command and telemetry, sequencing, GNC, fault protection, built-in closed-loop simulation, and more. MAX flight software is used by leading aerospace prime contractors, the U.S. Air Force, U.S. Department of Defense organizations, NASA, and commercial spacecraft developers and operators. 53 spacecraft have operated using MAX flight software, including Rocket Lab's Lunar Photon, which deployed NASA's Capstone spacecraft to the Moon, launched on June 28, 2022. MAX flight software will also feature in several upcoming Rocket Lab missions, including Photons under development for missions to Mars and Venus. Next up, Planetary Systems Corporation, or PSC for short. PSC is a spacecraft separation systems company based in Maryland, US. More than 100 missions have used its mechanical separation systems and satellite dispensers. The company makes a canisterized satellite dispenser, which is a separation system to separate spacecraft from rockets while also protecting them during launch. PSC's hardware has been integrated with launch vehicles developed domestically by SpaceX, United Launch Alliance, and the now retired NASA Space Shuttle, as well as internationally by Arianespace, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and others. Sinclair Planetary has also joined the Rocket Lab fold. A manufacturer of space hardware based in Toronto, Canada, they have provided hardware for more than 90 satellites sent to orbit to date, including for Astro Digital, Black Sky, ALE, and Rocket Lab itself. Their high-performance star tracker and reaction wheels fit in well with the rest of Rocket Lab's capabilities. All of these companies bring with them their own revenue streams and customers, but once again, having all this together with Rocket Lab's own in-house capabilities is much more valuable than just the sum of their individual valuations. With all these capabilities in place, Rocket Lab looks well positioned to take its place as one of the premier satellite constellation owner-operators in the future, which is where Peter Beck has said he believes the industry is headed. So if you've made it to the end, I hope this gives you a better idea of Rocket Lab's acquisition strategy and what each of these companies bring to the table and how they can combine together to make a whole that is more than just the sum of the parts. This was a bit of a different style of video today, so let me know if you like it down in the comments below, and we might make more like this, the background music and stuff like that. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.